What's up everyone, welcome to part 17 of Phantasy Star 4. We're at the Air Castle, which looks a lot different than it did in 1988. It's a lot more fucked up looking for one thing. And it's also not in a 3D dungeon crawling mode with hilariously vibrant colors like Hell Red or Baby Blue. No, this place is a bit more grungy looking with even deadlier looking enemies like Stoneheads and Dimension Worms. Now the strange thing about the Dimension Worms is they take 1 damage to melee attacks and most of your magic spells, but they'll always go down in 1 hit to your gravity magic. So if you got time to kill, which is really not much because the Dimension Worms only have 4 HP total, then pluck away at them with your sword, otherwise use Gra. It's the rascals who stole the Eclipse Torch. They're illusions? It's not just any illusion. There's an invisible barrier. So that means we gotta find the real thing and defeat them. Yeah, here's the gimmick of this part of the castle. You'll find these illusory clones of the trio of wizards. You have to find the real deal in order to fight them and move on. You see them blinking right there? That's not them, even though there's still a wall there. You saw the Stoneheads in the previous battle, but I was talking about the Dimension Worms. The Stoneheads are more of your average Joe type of bad guy, or monster, whatever they are. They go down to fire really easily. Gravity does not affect them as much. Ren affects them heavily. But no matter, they're still easy to fight. They just hit a little bit hard, but not a big deal. Now you throw 2 of them into the mix, that's kind of a problem. Not that grander of a problem, but still annoying. Your magic will put these guys off commission quickly. Stoneheads. They couldn't have picked a more drug-referential name than Stoneheads. They even breathe out smoke. Well, technically fire, but smoke comes from fire. And what do you use to light up a cigarette or some sort of drug-related thing? Yeah, that's right. A flame. I'm reaching for the stratosphere on that one. The Spectres, should they choose to show up again? I'm not sure if these are the ghosts that take 1 damage to melee attacks, but we shall see. The ghosts normally don't disappear and then reappear like that. It's supposed to be blinking at 60 frames a second, but my video does not support that. Yet. I should stress, my videos don't support 60 frames a second yet. So yeah, early surprise, after this playthrough I will be taking a break from YouTube for a couple months. Mainly because I want to get my setup correct. So yeah. Then the next playthrough I will be doing will be sleeker and more better looking than this. And I still don't know what my next playthrough is going to be. Either Shredder's Revenge or Mega Man X5. I've been promising X5 for about a year now. But again, it's X5. I don't like that game. And I don't like any of the games that follow it. And I don't even know what X8 is. So yeah, Shredder's Revenge it is. It's a better game than any of the X games. Well, it's not even really a comparison, honestly. I don't know why I'm comparing the 2. I don't know where I was going with that thought. Anyway, you step outside here, like in the beige areas where the ground's all sandy looking, you won't encounter any enemies. I guess they're afraid of the atmosphere here. Or maybe it's because the sand is coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. And yes, I unironically like Attack of the Clones for some reason. But then again, every Star Wars movie has their own set of good and bad things. Yes, despite how bad it gets with the Kylo Ren stuff, it's still a fun time. The Star Wars fanbase, on the other hand... Yeah, there could be a lot of work done about the fanbase, but I'm not going to get into that. And while I'm on the subject of Star Wars, yes, I did try to record Jedi Fallen Order a couple of months ago, but it turned out terrible because of the setup, so I just kind of postponed it. I postponed the playthrough until further notice. And by further notice, I mean when Jedi Survivor comes out. Yeah, I'm with the times, alright? Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know when I'll get around to re-recording Jedi Fallen Order, excuse me. Hell, it might even be after Jedi Survivor, who knows. I'm so bad at procrastinating and postponing stuff. I was originally supposed to finish the Mega Man X series last year, but I never got around to it because all the games after X5 suck. So yeah, I don't want to play those, but I'm going to have to if I want to finish the series. But when I eventually pull through with the X games, I will be sure to throw in the Zero games around the same time because, hey, the Zero games came out around the same time as the later X games, so why not play those with the X games that suck? Because the Zero games were so much better. And then you got the ZX games that came out afterwards. I'm not really too familiar with those games. I've played them, but I never really taken the time to actually play them through. I'm just more curious about the Zero games because I grew up with 0, 1, 2, and 3. But anyway, wow, I never deviated so hard from a subject of this game before. I mean, it's just the air castle. It's a place. It's boring. And there's a lot of enemies. Actually, I think the encounter rate is jacked up to tremendous levels here. Honestly, this feels like a final castle from, well, I mean, it is a final castle from the first game, so whoop-de-doo, but it honestly feels like it should be the final castle of this game because of how hard everything is. If not for the difficulty, then just the sheer amount of length. There's a lot to the air castle, and it's just a whole bunch of empty rooms filled with nothing. Let me give you a little bit of perspective. This video is about 33 minutes long. If I left everything uncut and I just showed every living, breathing battle, this video would probably be over 55 minutes long. That is how large this place is, and I'm kind of wondering if I should split this video into 2 parts. I knew that was gonna happen. That always happens in every RPG I've ever played. There's just some prick in front of the treasure chest saying, "Ooh, I'm not gonna let you get this treasure today." And then I nuke him. And I get the treasure anyway. It's not too bad. It's not like Final Fantasy 2 or 3. Final Fantasy 2 or 3 on NES, that is, where there are just some rooms with treasure chest, or sometimes they don't even bother to put a treasure chest in the room, but you start out in the middle of the room once you walk in. So you have to walk out of the room, but you have to do 5 battles in order to get out of the damn room. It's kind of annoying in those games. And you'll notice that Rune and Kyra leveled up in that last battle. Kyra just learned Gigra, which is a greater gravity attack, and Rune just learned Negatus, which is an insta-kill ability. With those 2 abilities, you can do the black hole combination, which does a super awesome looking black hole which kills enemies instantly. You know, Super Nintendo games got awesome effects and those really spectacular explosion effects that flash the screen all sorts of different colors. But Sega Genesis kind of has that too, but in a different way. That's basically what the black hole is. It's just the Sega Genesis equivalent of the Super Nintendo explosion. Anyway, we got a Swift Helm, which we can give to Chaz and Chaz only. Not only does the helmet raise his defense, but also his agility, so let's give that to Chaz real quick. And if you miss this helmet, you cannot get it again, since this castle kind of crumbles on itself later on. So, best get it now. Blade Rights. From their perspective, their right arms are the blades, hence the name Blade Rights. These guys are tough. These monsters will shoot fire out at you as well as smack you with their blade arms. They're kind of troublesome to deal with if there's multiple on screen. It's a good thing Rune is in front to soak up most of the damage, because they will do a lot of damage. The air castle makes its dreaded return. It was the final dungeon, or at least the penultimate dungeon of Phantasy Star 1. The way you got to this dungeon in the first game was pretty insane. Not only did you have to collect a bunch of nuts for Meow, find 4 weapons in order to defeat the boss, find a crystal in order to withstand the boss's attacks, but you also have to find some way to escape this place after you've done the boss too. So you either have to A, have a transportation device in your inventory, or B, make damn sure that Alis and or Lutz survives the dungeon, because otherwise if you don't, then you're stuck on the air castle. The game is soft locked. Which is not good, because that was literally the end of an RPG, Phantasy Star 1. That's like a 15-hour game. Or more if you're grinding, which you're definitely gonna have to grind for certain points. So yeah, whatever you do, do not save on the air castle. Save before that. Anytime before that, because if you save on the air castle and you're lacking items or an Alis or a Lutz that can teleport you, you're pretty much screwed. But that was the first game, and this is the fourth game, and this castle is kind of epic actually. I mean, sure, it's long and tedious, but at least you don't have to worry about freaking getting stuck. Oh, they keep interrupting the tunes! Oh, come on! Time to throw out a whole bunch of useless crap. See, I don't even need all the cure parals. What good is the cure paral thing? You just get over the paralysis in like 2 seconds. And Rune even has a technique that can repair paralysis, so really, those medicines are useless. Alright, we're about halfway through the first part of the air castle. What you want to do is go down. Down south, you'll find this room with a circle in the middle of the floor. You step into that circle and you're fully healed. Holy hell, that's a godsend. Now, take note, you cannot save in dungeons in this game, and that's including rooms like that. That is if you're playing on the Genesis cartridge itself. I know in the Sonic's Ultimate Mega Collection or the PS4 Genesis Collection you can save anywhere, but that's through the compilation discs itself, not the actual game. And speaking of compilations, this game has been re-released more times than I can count on one hand. Probably because the cartridge itself is so damn expensive. Let's see, it was first re-released in 1998 on the Sega Saturn collection, with all 4 of the Phantasy Star games. Then in 2008 with the Sega Genesis collection on PS2. Then on PS3 again. Then on PS4 again. Then there was another collection on the PS2 with all 4 of the games re-released with Gaiden and Phantasy Star Adventures. And then that was like 2005. Oh my god, there's so many re-releases! And somehow it's Chrono Trigger that keeps getting the shaft on getting re-released to modern platforms. I don't get it. It's very bizarre. Game companies can make very bizarre choices at times. Instead of going right, which is the right way, I'm gonna go up for some more treasures. There is going to be a soul dew at the bottom of this realm. It will fully heal a character when they die, so be sure to pick that up, because it will be useful later on. It's especially useful for the bosses of this fine establishment. The Air Castle is home to 2 of the hardest boss fights in the game. Speaking of bosses, we should be getting close to the mini-boss of this place. Yeah, it's through that door. I don't think there's anything else around here, so let us just go through that door and begin the madness that is the mini-boss of this place. Oh, this could either suck or be wonderful depending on how it goes. You've come, however. We have no use for anyone but Lutz, and we only have one use for him. We will mutilate and kill him with these very hands. Okay, it's the laughing, joking numbnuts of Dark Forces. Okay then. The Geothul. What you want to do with these guys is kill one of them super quickly, otherwise they'll do their supersonic team attack that requires 3, and they'll kill you in like 3 hits. It's really dumb. So what I want to do is what I always do for boss battles. Set up barriers for the life of me. That way I don't have to do 20 minutes of this castle over again. They'll still do their individual attacks sometimes, which is, believe it or not, what you want them to do. You do not want them to team up on you. So yeah, focus on one guy, kill him quickly, and then the rest should fall easily. I love this boss music. It sounds serious, but at the same time kinda goofy and 90s cheesy as well. I forgot what this track was called, but I think it was something along the lines of "They're off into battle," or something silly like that. Nice, one of them is down, now the others are pushovers. I'm really surprised that they did not get that triple team attack off, because that usually happens at least once during this battle with me. I don't know why. Now it's time to add insult to injury and buff up Chaz. Ouch. Maybe that Gawat skill is still powerful on its own. Yeah, this is a pretty difficult boss fight if you're not prepared. Holy shit, I gotta heal up Rika! I need to heal Rika yesterday. This is not looking good for her. Don't worry, I got this in the bag. I know what I'm doing when it comes to this game because I've been playing this for pretty much half my life at this point. And then there were one. Oh god! Alright, it's time to show off the shooting star. Or not. God damn it. Oh well, this guy's pretty much screwed regardless. Especially with the Grand Cross! You see, Chaz doesn't even need to be dead center with the guy. He can just slash around him and it still kills him. And that was the first half of the dungeon. Oh yes, we still got another half of this place to go. We've beaten the trio. Now all we have to do is find the boss and retrieve the Eclipse Torch. What do you mean, boss? Well, it's no surprise that we're probably going to run into this Lashiec guy at some point. So, let's get ready for that right now. You know, I was considering splitting this into 2 parts, but nah, this place is pretty epic. It should be in 1 part and 1 part only. So yeah, this is just going to be one big 30-minute part. What we're going to do is go north, there's this room again, keep going up, and then go up some more. There we go, the dreaded torture basement. And this is where things start to look a little bit more like the first game, except again, it doesn't have the garish color palettes. No, seriously, every time I played Phantasy Star 1 at night, I always had to turn the TV down because those dungeons were extremely bright. It made no sense. It was a Sega Master System game. I didn't think it would be that colorful. But now that I think about it, the Master System actually can display more colors on screen than the NES can. That is legitimately the only thing I can say that the Master System is better than the Nintendo at. Well, that, and also the Master System actually has a good Ghostbusters game on it. But otherwise, Nintendo was king of the 8-bit era. But anyway, enough about that. I'm just throwing away more stuff, just so I can fit more stuff in here. Pretty annoying, actually. What you want to do is go around the corner and then go to the far right. You can kind of see the downstairs areas from up here. That's neat. It's almost like the Kiran satellite from a couple of parts ago. Oh good god, it's Chaos Sorcerer again. He's back for revenge! And believe it or not, he's actually tougher than he was in his sort of boss fight. Or it's just because the Spectre is there, making him tougher by association. Yeah! You want to keep going downstairs. There's nothing to the right, but I decided to go over there like a fool anyway, because why not? Man, so many battles, jeez. You already see how long the video is, folks? I did not want to bore you with even more meatless footage. I'll just put it like that, meatless footage. Unnecessary filler for those who are into anime. Anyway, we got a Chaos Sorcerer with Dimension Worms. Not all that dangerous together, especially since you can cheese the Dimension Worms with your Gravity spell. Gravity is just the end-all be-all best magic in the game. It cuts through anything, and I do mean anything. Except for maybe some robots, but still. Anyway, in this chest we got Stardew Valley. Stardew. Heals everybody in the group to full health. So you can imagine this is one of the best items in the game. Oh goodness gracious, this place just keeps going. Oh, it's a dead end. Whatever you do, if you have the original cartridge of this, be sure to save after the first half of the air castle. That way you don't burn yourself out doing the rest of it. Or just, you know, doing the whole thing in one sitting, because that is tedious. Or if you're playing this game on a collection, you could just save through the collection disc and not the game itself. That way you can save anywhere. Anyway, the Frost Sabers are allergic to fire, as demonstrated. And now that I'm thinking about this game's combinations and Chrono Trigger's dual and triple techs, I was wondering why didn't more RPGs utilize tag team abilities like this? I'm trying to think of more RPGs that did tag team maneuvers, but it's not like it's coming to mind. Final Fantasy occasionally dips into this with 15, and I think 4 did it as well, but it's not too often they did that in that series. The only other series that comes to mind when it comes to dual and triple techs is Tales, the Tales of series. Mana didn't do that, Kingdom Hearts 2 did it. Kingdom Hearts 2 had a whole bunch of double and triple techs. So, okay, I could put Kingdom Hearts in that realm, but I'm not thinking of anything else. And speaking of dual techs, or just techniques in general, Chaz learned a new ability called Explode, which is literally in the name. Chaz bum rushes an enemy and kamikazes it. It's an insta-kill ability and it's freaking amazing. Which begs the question, how does Chaz come back from exploding himself? You would think he would just die permanently, but no, it's probably Rune's wizardry or Rika's love that brings him back. Which is weird too, because there are a couple of sacrificial moves in Phantasy Star 2 that would take away health or just outright kill you if you used them. But it was for the greater good. Well, I'm not gonna risk my life for the greater good, I just want to beat the game. Oh no, this torch is a fake! Ah, damn it, why has everything gotta be a fake? And why are we fighting a Spector? Yeah, that's right, I'm facing a Spector, not a Spectre, a Spector. You finally come, Lutz. So it was Lashiec after all. I've waited for this moment. Lashiec, why are you reincarnated like that? For revenge! Lutz, you and all who are helping you will suffer endless pain. I'll kill you all. I'll make you like me, like this. You too will become tortured souls who can never leave my castle. So that's why you lured us here. Haha, oh joy. You have responded to my invitation. I have waited 2,000 years to cut your throats. Here he comes. And here we fight Lashiec, who is, wait, where's the breeze coming from? Aren't we in space? Never mind about that. This boss fight. This is probably the hardest boss fight in the whole entire game. And he's not hard by definition of him being hard in a game where it's easy. No, I mean this guy is legitimately challenging and he can catch you off guard. For one thing, this fucker hits super hard, even with your barriers on. So you have to be on point. And that's not the only issue. He actually gets stronger! Ouch! Oh my god, look at that damage! The good thing about Lashiec is that he's allergic to light attacks and fire attacks. And I think gravity too. Any sort of melee attack or light or fire magic will do. So what I want to do for this boss fight is, well, Kyra's just kind of a spectator at the moment. She's not really that much useful in this fight, unfortunately. So she's gonna be on support duty. Everybody else is going to attack. Or at the very least try to survive, because holy shit. Lashiec. He's even more dangerous than he was in the original game. Which I mean, yeah, series escalation, he's supposed to be more dangerous in this game because he actually wants revenge. But it's still a nuisance. Whenever you get a chance, use the Cycle Wand to weaken Lashiec. Oh yeah, I forgot that Lashiec can also possess somebody and make them sleep. It's not a bad move. Actually, you kind of want him to do that because he's basically wasting a turn knocking somebody out without knocking somebody out. Because possession does not do any damage. I have not heard this boss fight music in a while. Kinda glad that it's back. And this is the last time it's going to play, unfortunately. Beat him up. Man, Rika does so much damage. And let's see how much mileage I can get out of this turn. Not too bad. Oh god, another gate is another dangerous move. Not only does the screen turn into this wavy effect that only the Genesis seems to do, but also there are big balls flying towards you and it hurts. So not only do you have to look out for that, but also Lashiec's thunderbolts too, which he uses by twirling his trident, or staff. It's not a trident. Why did I call it a trident? Fuck this, I need to recuperate. Okay, good. He gave me recuperation time. Let's see, where do I go? Use Chaz's Ray Blade. Ray Blade's the best option you can go with Chaz. Rika, whenever she's not healing, use Double Slash for her. And Kyra is just there. And Rune, just any old attack with Rune will do. I am taking the time to increase Rika's attack power though. Everybody else is on the offense. Jesus Christ, the Thunderbolt is annoyingly powerful. Okay, where do I go from here? Probably much of the same, but still. It's like a game of cat and mouse, but you replace the cat and mouse with two jaguars trying to kill each other. Or more appropriately, the angry cat girl against a really pissed off undead wizard. And the cat girl's friends too. They're there. Wait a minute, this is supposed to be about the blue-haired wizard. Why is the cat girl getting all the attention? Anyway, Negatus won't work because that's an insta-kill ability, and insta-kill abilities don't work on bosses. I will say that whenever bosses use insta-kill abilities, they probably would work on somebody in your group, but then again, no boss in this game uses an insta-kill ability to my knowledge. So Lashiec used Reinforce, which means that he's stronger now, in which case we have to get the Psycho Wand back out and weaken him again. So I'm gonna let Rika get the Psycho Wand this time since she's the fastest person in the party. Or at least, hopefully she's the fastest person. And let everybody else attack. Okay, so Kyra's now the fastest person in the group. She took her turn first. It's supposed to be Rika. Ouch. Okay, we should be on the final turn, or 2 or 3. I don't know what Lasic's health is per se, but it's pretty huge. I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind. And also make sure everybody lives so that they can get their experience points. Come on, come on! That didn't do it. Will this do it? That didn't do it neither. Now I'm sad. This guy is pretty beefy. Let me see what I can do next. I think this is the last turn. If anything, I need to heal my party members fast. If it's not the last turn. Oh, Raja, why do you have to be sick? I need you the most here. Oh well, we'll just have to settle for Kyra and Rika at the moment. Woo! Oh wow, that was a blazing success. Ah! You fiend! Lutz! You may have defeated me, but you'll never get the Eclipse Torch! Aha! Rika with the interception. We've done it! We've retrieved the Eclipse Torch. I'm Malate. Wizard of Oz reference. Once again, my body is dissolving, but even now I will not die. I will reincarnate over and over again. I must work for him. As long as he exists, I will continue to bring calamity to the future of Algol. The air castle is crumbling. We've got to escape quickly. Problem solved. There will be a shockwave. Everybody, prepare yourselves. Lashiec. If you think about it, he's pretty pathetic. He was seduced by an enormous power, and now he is but a puppet. Enormous power? Who is the he Lashiec mentioned? Is it Dark Force? He hasn't been destroyed yet. The looks on Kyra and Chaz's face, everybody's freaking worried right now. And I am too. Ah, it's really the Eclipse Torch. What a feat that you retrieved it. I have no qualms about lending the torch to people such as you. Please use this holy flame and lead us from this evil road. Alright! Let's hurry to the forest of the carnivorous trees. Well, at least this guy is not being a dick anymore. Anyway, I'll see you in part 18 where we finally storm the Reipard Tower.